Everybody keeping up with this shit. All right, cool. Now, the other day when I made the post saying that I was going to make the video about being submissive to a man, y'all jumped y'all trout mouth asses on the post and it wasn't even up 10 minutes on IG, like ready to like argue with me. So I'm going to say this now as a general disclaimer for this live. If you are in a space in your life right now, girl, where you feel like niggas ain't shit, dick ain't shit, the dick don't hit, the nigga don't got shit, your baby daddy ain't shit, you're mad about shit, your life feel like shit, you gotta go shit, you ain't got shit. Like, if you any of them, get off my live. I don't want to see a bitch in the comments who don't care about damn nigga on here listening to me talk about niggas. Is everybody clear on this? Your mama didn't teach you this, so I'm going to teach you right now, ho. You can't be a victim of some shit you choose to be involved in. So if you got any of this stuff going on where you're bothered, if a bitch give a nigga some props in any way, get off my live. If you in your city girl season where you feel like you hot girl summer and fuck these niggas, don't stay on this live because you're not gonna like what I'm saying. If you one of them females that you in a space where you feel like, oh, well, what about the females and what the niggas supposed to do for the women? That ain't what this live's about. Come back when I talk about how a man should treat a woman, and I will talk about that, but I'm not gonna talk about that tonight, okay? So you, your grandma, and all your hurt ancestors that's on you right now, get off of my live, bitch. Get off now. Just get off. Johnny Bean, what up? Everybody clear on this shit. It's a choice to be on here right now. I have to stress this because as soon as I fucking start talking, it always be a dumb bitch, a bum bitch, a po bitch, a stupid bitch, a hurt bitch, and then even some of you niggas. I have to say this. Okay, so listen. I gotta make this point first, right? When you in a relationship, like y'all know I've been saying for the longest, relationships are about understanding. It's not about right or wrong. You're supposed to be in a relationship with somebody that you can catch a vibe with, get an understanding on what we doing, and then do that shit, right? So obviously if you're in a relationship right now with somebody that y'all don't have an understanding for what you're doing, meaning like I told y'all on the live I did about cheating, that if you don't actually have a commitment from the nigga, you don't have no understanding on what y'all doing, or you don't have some type of direction on where y'all going, you can't really sit and listen to me talk about relationships without getting offended, because of course you don't even know what you're in right now. Y'all understand that, right? Now I want to say this. In order for this stuff that I'm talking about to be meaningful, in order for this shit about submitting to a man and, you know, a woman being a helpmate to her man and understanding the dynamic of a relationship and understanding that women can't do everything that a man do. Like, in order for this to hit right in your spirit, ho, for you to learn this, for this to like be a part of your lifestyle, you got to understand that you have to be with a nigga that actually brings out the submissive side of you. The way you understand what I'm saying is that you got to ask yourself right now, and y'all can just ask yourself this: do you respect the nigga? Do you respect him? Do you respect him? Do you got respect for him? Has he done so much that you've lost respect for him? Has the nigga lied, cheated, moved funny, was too sneaky, you know, too broke, not enough drive, ain't there for his kids, to the point where you have lost respect for him? If you don't got no respect for the nigga, nothing I'm going to say past this point, you're not going to be able to apply any of that to your relationship. A nigga that you don't respect, you cannot submit to. Y'all understand this, right? I need somebody to type this. A nigga that you don't respect, a man that you don't respect, a male that you don't, it don't matter how good the dick is, it don't matter how long y'all been together, because you know you hoes like to talk about how many times you went to a fucking Hawaii or to a fucking Jamaica with the nigga, and how many years y'all been together, and how many kids you done pushed out. You like to use that as a way to say that that is your nigga. But if you don't respect that man, he can't bring out no submissive side in you. You can't cater to him. You're not going to be able to do anything more than probably lay on your back, take some trips with him, pretend like y'all doing all right, relationship goals, vacation, all that. Yeah. Oh, it ain't going nowhere. Y'all understand this, right? So somebody said, I respect my dude regardless, right? Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. It's some of y'all that you want to be a part of what I'm saying, so you're going to pretend as though you respect the man. But I'm finna be real with y'all. How you talk to a nigga, how you move around him, how your energy is when he come around, how much you carry on with shit that done, you know, went on in y'all relationship, how much you tell y'all business to the streets or to a family member, how you handle the children in his presence, All of that shit is a reflection of if you really respect him or not. So you can sit on this app with me and say that I love my man and I respect my man, and like somebody just typed, I'm gonna respect him regardless. But your mouth, your ways, your attitude, your energy, the longevity you have in a positive way for your man determines whether you respect him. It ain't just because you say you respect him. Because, you know, a lot of y'all was raised wrong, right? That's where your mama raised you off of survival, and she called you every name in the book, but she fed you and bought you new clothes. So you thought that was the definition of love and respect, right? Your mama really was disrespecting your ass and wasn't teaching you the right way. But, you know, whatever. You didn't ask to be here. She didn't know no better, so she did what the fuck she thought was best. And then this is how you in a relationship calling yourself loving a nigga. You get mad, you talk to him any kind of way like your mama used to talk to you when you used to drink the last Capri Sun or leave the milk jug in there after you done pulled out the last little bit of milk and don't throw the bottle away. She come in there, yo little stupid ass, I told your motherfucking answer. Y'all better sit y'all little dumb asses down. I'm sick of y'all bad asses and you get on my motherfucking nerves. And because she cussed you out like that, but then she also turned around and took care of her, you think that's the proper way to love. So that's how you loving your nigga. You in the household with a nigga, he do something wrong or what you feel like bothers you, and you old pussy ass nigga, old bitch ass nigga. And then later on, when your emotions settle, like your mama, you want me to make you something to eat? You still want to go out of town for Valentine's Day? That ain't respect, ho. You're crazy. Bitch, you're delusional. You don't know how to control your emotions. You are your mother's child, bitch. And you need to tag your mama on here because she could learn a thing or two about raising your motherfucking ass wrong. And I know, when I get to talking like this, y'all get very upset. Oh, look at her wig. Look at her voice. She got the tattoos on her neck. Well, where her man at? Or why she talking? Ho, just because I said your mama did it wrong, bitch, you ain't got to try to not downgrade or talk about me because I don't give no fucks, bitch. Your mammy still did it wrong, whether you like how I look or don't. These are just facts. Y'all was raised in a way where you believe this is the proper way to love, and it's not. This is why every time you mad, you run off at the mouth in left field. And I told y'all last night on the live, sometimes people say shit they can't come back from. Y'all be in these situations, and yeah, right now we talking about rather a woman respect her man, but y'all run y'all mouths in ways a nigga be done lost all respect for you, and then you can't respect him because he gonna move disrespectful with you because he don't respect you. Now write that shit down. Put it in a bottle, send it up the motherfucking river. It's facts, bitch. You want me to say it again? Some of y'all in relationships and you've ran off at the mouth and said some stuff that was too far left because your mammy raised your ass wrong. You talk to a bitch any kind of way and you think you get a pass because you're angry when you said it. But no, bitch, you said some stuff and that shit stuck with that man. Even after you apologized and gave the man some pussy, sucked his dick or whatever. So now he don't respect you and he moved disrespectful towards you. Meaning he'll let any other bitch in y'all business try you, have a bitch all out in the open. Don't even try to hide a side, bitch. You getting ran through, he lying to you, lying to the kids, don't respect nothing about the household, and you don't respect him, and you never gonna be able to submit. The relationship ain't gonna go nowhere. It don't matter how much you keep posting that nigga on your page trying to make them hoes mad, saying he been with you since 92, ho. Y'all just old and sad and mad and whatever, and go on another vacation and come back and cry again, ho, cause the man still gonna mess around on the side. Okay, you got it? Y'all got that? Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Now listen, because I see somebody on Facebook had to help somebody get together. I say a lot of shit when I be talking on these particular topics. If the shit don't apply to you, bitch, let it fly. You ain't got to every time I say something, well, that ain't my situation. And that ain't my mama. And well, my man ain't say that. Well, I don't do that. Bitch, just sit and listen. You ain't got to type nothing if it ain't you. Just know it ain't you and move around it. Everybody clear on this. Everything don't apply to everybody. But a lot of this shit apply to a lot of bodies. Y'all clear on this. You ain't got to defend something that doesn't need to be defended. What's understood don't got to be explained. You don't got to get on here and explain to me how your mama raised you right. If you feel like you was raised right, hold stand on that. Keep moving how your mama raised you to move. All right, cool. So now let's get to it, right? I was telling somebody the other day, right? In the dynamic of a relationship, I feel like, and this is my opinion, you should allow a man to choose you. The problem a lot of us women having nowadays, and this is my advice to females, we choosing the niggas. We are not allowing the niggas to choose us. We are pressuring monogamy. And you know, y'all quick to say, how I pressured him. It was a choice. And love, he made the decision to agree that true indeed. But like I told y'all, a lot of these niggas chose the Nissan. He didn't choose you. Meaning y'all be meeting niggas in survival mode, or you get in a nigga life and you start shelling out and giving out all the best parts of you up front. And the nigga getting so much up front, it's like the nigga obviously gonna go along with it, because of course the nigga feel like, I don't want to lose the shit that I'm getting. It ain't that I don't want to lose her. Y'all be having that mistaken. The nigga have your car, you got shit in his name, he stay at your house, you done did all of this extra shit, you buying the nigga clothes and doing all this other shit. And then of course, when it's time to decide, you want to be with me? Is you gonna be with me, or is you gonna be with them? The nigga is choosing the material stuff. Girl, he choosing the car. The nigga don't want to be without a ride, bitch. He don't want to be homeless. So he know if he say, no, I don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, you gonna put all 17 pound his Jordans and them corner store boxers and them 2 pound motherfucking jeans on the porch, and the nigga ain't gonna have nowhere to go. So of course he gonna say, yes, I want to be with you for the rest of my life, bitch. You're my everything. Okay? Y'all gotta be honest with y'all selves. Some of y'all, you lay the shit on thick, then you ask a nigga, do they want to be with you? Y'all know I did the shit where I put the purse on my motherfucking shoulder. That's where you sit there and say, babe, I want to talk. So you know I rode with you through your prison bed. And you know I be helping you and your baby mama take care of y'all kids. And you know I let you borrow some of the tax money, and you helped you pump up. And y'all let name all the stuff y'all did for a nigga. You layer it on. Then after you layer it on, you say, so do you want to be with me? Like after you got the shit stacked on a bitch neck. Like, then you sit there and you ask a nigga his answer. Of course, his answer gonna match with what the fuck you just stacked up on top of him, ho. Of course, you're pressuring monogamy. Y'all gotta get with these niggas and allow them to date y'all. Meaning, stop giving away the milk before the nigga buy the cow. That is why the dynamic of the relationships is off right now. Because instead of getting out here trying to actually date this man and see what his character is and allow him to see what yours is, y'all so desperate to be locked in. You give all the best parts of you up front, and a nigga don't be impressed. They don't be impressed because you gave it up too fast. And I told y'all before, a nigga be knowing when they haven't earned all that. A lot of these niggas be sitting around like, damn, she gotta have like low self-esteem or some shit, cause bitch, I'm able to come over her house, go in her room, like, you know, walk through this bitch butt naked. She got me around her kids, and I ain't did nothing to earn it. I ain't earned none of this. Nigga be knowing. A lot of these niggas know. They tell me on one-on-ones, I ain't shit right now in the season I'm in my life. I really ain't shit, love. I ain't got too much going on. A nigga ain't whatever. And you know y'all hoes, I see so much in him and love the potential. And if he would just do it. Girl, let that nigga choose you. Let him tell you, I'm ready to lock in. Let him tell you, you somebody different. Let him tell you, I'm ready to try something new with you. Let him tell you, I value what I got going on with you. Stop giving up y'all pussy, y'all time, y'all energy. Stop answering every phone call and every text messaging, like being available every time for a motherfucker. Make them earn you. Set some boundaries for yourself, right? I gotta prep y'all for this shit. Because when I get to the part about how to treat a man, you're gonna get mad if you don't understand that you ain't with the right man right now to be doing the shit. Y'all following along? Like, allow a nigga to choose you. Let that nigga pick you, girl. Y'all hear me? Like, let him select you. Y'all clear on this? Boundaries. I tell a lot of y'all females when you do the one-on-one phone calls with me, get you a goal book and write this shit out. What you want me to write, love? Oh, write it out. Right? What the fuck you gonna give up? A nigga cannot come over my house until I know that we are this. I am not giving up no pussy until this. Or if I fuck this nigga, he's not getting all the positions up front. Like a nigga got to earn that. Like I ain't sucking no dick on my knees until a nigga have showed me that he ain't got no other bitches he involved with. Or the nigga can't be around my kids until I know if he got a stable job and all his basics together. Or, you know, a nigga can't come over my house and actually sit on the same toilet seat. I said, like, you got to write these boundaries out for yourself. Hold on. So AJ, John said, what John said? John said, I sound like a broken record. All right, John, let me help you out. We on the internet right now, John, right? John, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can go watch besides being on this live, John. You a grown-ass man, John. You don't have to sit here and listen to me if I'm saying the same stuff over and over again in your mind, John. They got TV, John. They got other apps you can download, John. Like, you can go and actually get on another page, John. You can go get a book and read, John. You can go suck some dick or eat some pussy, John. Whatever your sexual preference is, John. It's a million ways to get some money, John. You can go be looking up stocks, John. You could be somewhere like trying to figure out what the fuck you doing tomorrow with your life, John. You can be trying to actually go add some shit to your life, John, to help you instead of sitting here listening to my black ass, John. Do you understand, John, that nobody gives a fuck about what the fuck you typing on here? These people is on here because they want to hear the goat talk about what the fuck she talking about. Do you understand, John? Like, John, are you clear on this shit, John? Bye, John. Bye. Bye, John. Something wrong with y'all, man. A lot of y'all was raised wrong, man. Who sits around and stays on some shit that don't interest them? That's like continuously reading a book. Keeps on, ooh, this book dumb. Ooh, I can't stand the pages in this book. Ooh, this shit don't make no sense. Put the book down, bitch. John, swipe off. The fuck? Now you gonna be added to the disclaimers, John. So now, like I was saying, set some boundaries for yourself. Allow yourself to actually have, you know, levels to where a nigga earn you. I tell y'all females, you want to be like an onion. You want to have layers. Have a bitch have to peel them bitches back. Do some work to be able to get stuff out of you. And some of y'all, the relationship you in right now is too far gone. Because a lot of times, if you already giving a nigga pussy access to your household and all this extra shit, like, you're not going to be able to take that shit back. Because then the nigga ain't going to want to fuck with you anyway. Because you already was giving it to him for free. So sometimes you can't reboundary some shit that's already going on. Now, with all that being said, if you in a relationship and you got yourself a good man, right? By good man, I mean he got his basics together. He has his ethics intact, meaning this man has an understanding for, you know, what it means to be a provider, what it means to be a leader. You can't do this with a fuck nigga. You can't do this with a pussy nigga. You cannot get on this type of agenda or this type of time with a nigga who don't got himself together mentally. Do y'all understand that? I said mentally. I ain't just say financially. Because you know a lot of y'all get with a nigga with a bag and then you think, well, I'm trying to be submissive, or I'm trying to listen, but he guiding us wrong. But love, he ain't this. But love, he keep disrespect. That's not the type of nigga I'm talking about. You got to have a grown ass man, girl, that understand when I'm in a woman's life, like, my job is to conquer her energy. My job is to provide. My job is to lead. My job is to be a motherfucking man. Do y'all understand that? Everybody clear on this? So now if you got yourself one of these men, he ain't got to be perfect. He just got to have an understanding for the direction that y'all going. If you got yourself one of these dudes, you need to understand that your job as a woman is to just be a woman. Be a helpmate to that man. Allow yourself, when you're in his space and when you're at home and when you're in his presence, to be the feminine energy in the room. Let that sink in. Y'all clear on this, right? Now, I'm going to be real. It's your job to create a space of peace at home. And I think, you know, a lot of y'all women, you think when I talk the way I talk, I'm bashing females, I'm taking the nigga's side. But really, y'all don't understand. Life begins and ends with us. And really the tone of how shit go at home and when you're in a relationship, it starts with the woman's disposition. That's why you always hear people say happy wife, happy life, because our attitude has the ability to drive the direction that the relationship is going, regardless of what type of nigga you dealing with. So the first thing you got to understand, and I told y'all this before, your house needs to be symbolic of, you know, feminine energy, family, love, sex, positivity, meaning like when that nigga think about coming home, he need to think about all of the things that are an essence of you. When y'all be in these relationships and like home is arguments, home is fights, home is she gonna have an attitude, home is disorganization, home is, you know, the kids running around, her yelling, she stressed out. Like all of this stuff makes it to where it becomes a disconnect between you and your man, and then y'all attitudes and the way y'all react to the shit, it plays a role in whether you respect one another, right? So y'all know I be saying, as a woman, you want to just be a woman, right? You want to just be feminine. Live in you got ass, you got titties, you got hips, like you a whole female. Require that a nigga treat you like that. Require that this man understand that when I'm around, I want to be soft. I want to be soft-spoken. I want to be, you know, loved on. I want to feel wanted. I want to be in a situation where I'm going to respect you in exchange for you understanding that, like, I'm the woman. You the man. I'm the woman. Y'all understand what I'm explaining so far? Is this making sense to y'all so far? This making sense to y'all? Y'all clear on this? Now, I'm telling y'all, if you don't respect the nigga, you're not going to be able to do this. And if you have not worked on yourself and got an understanding with you as a woman that I want to be, because some of y'all want to be niggas. You want to be thugs. You want to be a nigga brother, a nigga homeboy, maybe they mama, sometimes they daddy. Like, you want to be able to talk to a nigga how you be talking to kids or how you talk to your homegirls in the streets. And that is not what I'm talking about. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Like, you got to already have in your mind that I want to be a female. Y'all clear on this shit? All right, cool. So now when you submit to your man, this don't mean you just listen to everything a nigga say. It means that you give a nigga fruit in the most organic form. And y'all know when I say give fruit, that means I'm cautious and I'm paying attention to what I'm handing you. When you shop for fruit, you can't shop for that shit like canned goods. You got to actually look at the pack, look at the fruit, make sure the apples don't got no brown spots on the backside, make sure the bananas ain't beat up too much, make sure the strawberries don't got no fuzz on the ones at the bottom, like, cause the top might look. You got to pay attention to what you giving a nigga. So when you speak to him, how you move, how you carry yourself in his presence, all that stuff matter. Now I know that some of you hoes gonna feel like, well, what about them, love? Well, what if the nigga ain't doing this with you? Listen. If you with that type of nigga, that is not the nigga that's bringing out submissiveness in you. A lot of this shit I'm saying, it come natural. It don't really require you to think on it. If you with a nigga and it's really like a hard, complicated process for you to just be what you were born, which is a woman, that's not the nigga for you. And the problem is, like the live I did the other day, y'all forcing it. You're forcing these relationships. You're trying to force it to work. You're trying to force this nigga to be compatible with you because you can't even sit around him and just be a woman. The stuff I'm talking about, it's easy when you with a man, a grown man that fit the type of woman that you are. Minding your mouth become easy. Being aware that, okay, I'm mad at the nigga, but you know what? Let me think before I even start saying something. Let me gather my shit together. Like, nobody ain't got to come tell you this. You already know, like, I don't want to upset this man because he's a good man. But you know what? I ain't finna let this shit go on that he got going on. I'm going to say, but let me just figure out what, okay, I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna start off like this is shit that come natural when it's a nigga you value, when it's a nigga you respect. Y'all problem is right now, for those of y'all that keep writing me saying, how do I control my emotions? How do I submit to my man? Your problem is you don't respect that man. Some of y'all, you don't really know what the definition of respect is, because like I said earlier in this live, you was raised wrong. Your mama didn't teach you. Like, when you respect somebody, it's an all the way around the board thing. It's not a switch you turn off and turn on. It's on all the time. So even when you mad at your man, it's still respect there. Even when y'all beefing, it's still respect there. Even when you feel like, okay, like, you know, something is off, you come at them with respect. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. If you don't practice this in your relationship, if you feel like, oh, fuck what love talking about, I ain't on that shit, cool. When a man don't feel like a man, he will act like a boy. He will act like a bitch. He will become messy and toxic the same way hoes be. This is when you see niggas running around acting like bitches. When a man is in a situation where this hoe come at me to the point where if he stay, he gonna act just like this shit I named. Now, you got your mature men that they gonna leave your ass alone, bitch. You ain't gonna even be around long enough. Like, and I'm telling y'all what I know, because when I was younger, I learned shit like this from working like in the barbershop around older niggas. Like, they used to tell me, you know, when I done said too much, not said enough. It's like, I learned at a young age, when you dealing with a grown-ass man, like a man that you don't got to help him with his basics. Y'all know the basics is transportation, shelter, money in his pocket, having his responsibilities cared for. Like a nigga that got his own credit, nigga that, you know, find his own way, solve his own problems without running to a bitch for everything. A nigga that, like, he's a man, girl. He step in his shoes and he walking them bitches. He don't ask you how to walk or for you to put them bitches on. Like, this is a grown man. When you in the presence of men like this, like, it's certain shit you don't get to do. It's certain stuff you don't get to say, certain tones you don't get to use. And I know some of y'all, you too young-minded to understand what the fuck I'm explaining. You don't know the value in having a man around like this. A lot of y'all kids will turn out better if you had a nigga like this in your household instead of the ones y'all be having in there that be playing the video game with the jits all day and tell you on the kids when they do something wrong. But that's another lie for another day. I'm telling y'all some real ass shit. Grown men, is certain shit you can't do. It's certain ways you can't move in their presence. It's certain stuff you can't say even when they are wrong. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? Everybody clear on this? So now if you got a nigga that you respect and you got a nigga that love, I want this to work. Like I see myself with this man long term. You got to go reflect on you and figure out, am I living in my feminine? Am I being a woman? Am I coming in and when he's in the room, I'm trying to lead as if he ain't? Because you know, women, we have to be strong out in the world. We have to be strong around our children. We have to be strong, like I said, in the workspace for us to be able to like get equal job opportunities and not get taken advantage of. But girl, when you around that nigga that's fucking you, when you around that nigga that like you be, you know, like giving your shit to, like you got to be able to take that armor off and leave that shit at the door and just be a woman. This is why I tell you bitches, go get some lingerie, go get some candles, go set the mood, go be feminine when you round your man. Like if he your nigga and he a good man and you know he is and you know you ain't finna go nowhere. Like stop creating a fuss out of everything. Listening to these hoes online telling you what you should be mad about or what. Relationships are about understanding. Bitch, you put up with what you want to put up with from your nigga for however long you want to put up with that shit until you feel like you done or it's too much. Stop listening to these motherfuckers online telling you what you should and shouldn't let your man do. Girl, get an understanding with that man and just be a woman. It's a beautiful feeling to just be around a nigga and I don't gotta be tough. I can just be me. Like I can relax, I can chill, I can be sexy, I can be, you know, everything a woman is supposed to be. Definitely. Somebody said you can't take his manhood away from him. Some of y'all don't understand. It ain't, you know, it ain't even necessarily about taking a nigga manhood away. A lot of y'all, I'm gonna be real, because I do a lot of one-on-ones with niggas, and lately, like since I started adding like pasta to my lives, like a lot of niggas been hitting me up for one-on-ones and being vocal in my DMs. A lot of these niggas got a bitch on the side because they sick of y'all mouth, they sick of y'all attitude, they sick of y'all, and I know y'all feel like I be taking up for the niggas all the time and you know I'm condoning it. But when a man come home and he can't feel like a man at the place where it's supposed to be his house or the space where he reside, a nigga gonna find somewhere else to spend some time at where he feels like a man, because a man gotta feel like a man at all times. And when you understand this, you will stop making your household symbolic of you trying to check a nigga. Y'all was raised off that, oh, you better check that nigga where he had you for. You better, I'm saying if you don't say son, I'm saying if you, and you know, I'm a big believer in you teach a person how to treat you based on what you put up with. You're better off using a door than to stick around and try to tell a nigga how to act or come at him in ways that make him feel like he one of your kids, because all you gonna get in the end, ho, is played. Even if the nigga stay there, and that's what's happening with a lot of y'all. Yeah, the nigga there. Yeah, he ain't went nowhere. You know, y'all favorite thing is he ain't going nowhere. Okay, he may not go nowhere. He may not, but you gonna get dogged out on the back end for the rest of y'all little days together until a nigga get the balls to just walk away from your ass. Or if the shit too good, if he got it too easy to get whatever he need and, you know, deal with a bitch on the side to fulfill other voids in him, he gonna do that. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? This stuff don't apply to any old nigga. Like some of y'all, I told y'all this. Sometimes as a woman, like, and you know, I had to learn this myself. This how I can tell y'all this. Like, when I get on one-on-ones and y'all break down y'all situation to me in these phone calls, I can tell y'all this because I done did it. Like, some of y'all, you argue with that man too much at home, girl. So home represent arguments, girl. Like when the man come home, anytime you bother by something, you wait till he get home and you start fucking with him about it. And then it makes it to a point where home is now a symbol for arguments and chaos. So then a nigga go find another bitch that he can go lay up with to where that home or that space or that place or that hotel room is not symbolic of that. Because ain't nobody finna be going through life dealing with that shit nonstop without an outlet. Sometimes if you bother by some shit, you might need to go book a reservation and y'all go sit down at a restaurant and talk. That way you have to control your emotions. You don't be acting all crazy with the bonnet on and the rest. You got to, you know, put on some clothes. And I had to learn to do this. When I'm bothered by some shit, before I say I'm finna go put on some clothes, I'm finna get dressed up, I'm finna really look like me. Like I'm finna pop my shit as a woman, right? You know what I'm saying? I got the shit on, I can see my hips, my titties sitting right. You don't act a certain way when you, like me. I can't speak for all y'all. But for me, when I'm pretty, like bitch, when I'm in my pretty shit, like I'ma talk different. I'ma say things a little bit. I'ma come at the nigga because I know how I look. Like I know these titties sitting right. Like I know this ass is in this chair. Like I'm finna, you know. And I'm finna tell you like, you know, what I got an issue with. And you know what I'm saying? I can say the shit a little bit different. It helps me, you know, even be feminine with my communication. Cause bitch, I know how I look right now. Like, you know, like I'm a be a lady. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? I told y'all on the other line, like y'all be around here, makeup off, looking crazy, lashes gone, motherfucking bonnet on your head, wig coming up around the edges and shit. I need to talk to you. Of course you finna talk to the nigga like a fucking gorilla, bitch. Cause you looking like one, ho. Of course you gonna act like one. Look how you looking. Ain't nothing feminine finna come. Bitch, you got on boxing gloves like Mayweather. I wanna talk. Ho, you finna box, argue, fight, do all, you ain't nothing feminine. I wanna be feminine all the time, bitch. All the time. All the time. And if I know I ain't going nowhere, I ain't finna be doing all that shit just to go a few weeks with no sex, no affection, no good morning texts, no none of that shit, just to like, you know, create a bunch of bad memories and then still be back. Well, I'm not finna do that. I check your ass with a full whole spill of negligee on, bitch. I'm gonna have on a whole lingerie get up and check your ass about something you did. We're gonna have a conversation about some shit I don't like, and afterwards, you know, we can fuck. I eat that dick up. You can give me some head, and we gonna lay down and go to sleep. Cause I was never going nowhere anyway, nigga. Like I knew that when I was mad. Some of y'all need to be real with yourself. Bitch, you knew when you looked in the nigga phone or when the nigga moved wrong, you knew then you still wasn't gonna leave. That's why you was waiting to have a trial to talk to the nigga about what you found. You know you ain't going nowhere, ho. You might well put on them little thongs, put the little, you know, lace bra on and talk to the nigga when y'all get done fuck and go to sleep. Y'all want to deprive a nigga of ass and shit because all you doing is making the bad outweigh the good. You know how you be telling, if the bad outweigh the good, that's when you leave. Oh, you don't got a choice but to leave because you done made the bad outweigh the good. You make a bunch of bad memories based off reacting a certain kind of way to everything. You don't know how to compartmentalize. A lot of you bitches, you can't let go of the past. So that's the reason why you don't respect your nigga, because he done did so much stuff in the past and you swear you forgave him and you want to move forward because you're still with the nigga, but the shit still on you. So of course, every time y'all get into it or you get bothered by something new that's in a new unit of time or a new season, you bring up the old stuff and you just stacking more bad memories on. Y'all never gonna make it to the good outweighing the bad. Whole, it ain't gonna work. It ain't. But listen, Keela, if you tried that and the nigga got real loud in the restaurant, like, he ain't the nigga for you. Like, if y'all in a situation where you trying to be feminine all the way around the board and a nigga is not allowing you to, like, that's not the nigga for you. Like, you got to find you a man that you can be a woman in his presence. Y'all got to listen to what I'm saying. Because y'all be listening halfway. Y'all be half listening.